Friday evening to you. This is the January 31st edition of the map discussion. We're going to start out here with a radar tour of parts of the southeast. Here is the Roanoke. Some pretty good rain getting into Greensboro within the next little bit, extending across Hickory. We're going to look at Raleigh. Pretty much the same thing. This extends north of Charlotte, but not north of Charlotte because it actually includes Charlotte and places mainly to the north and west of town, but it will be getting into the Charlotte metro region here shortly. So it'll be a wet evening out on the town in Charlotte. Going into South Carolina. This is extending through the upstate into the Greenwood, just north and west of Augusta. And we're going to go a little bit further south. Let's look at Moody Air Force Base. The rain kind of thins out across southwestern Georgia into the panhandle of Florida, but still some pretty good rain out ahead of this frontal system. If we take a look at the NAM forecast, this is a 6-hour guess, of the 500 millibar heights and winds. This is a very pronounced, positively tilted trough across the Ohio River Valley into the Mid-South. Some pretty strong winds out ahead of that. And, if it wasn't for the very, very limited instability across this area, then this would have been a pretty good, the shear, deep layer shear is absolutely off the charts. So this would have been a pretty pronounced severe weather event, but because of lack of instability, it has been really just a rainmaker. So if we look at the GFS and how this is going to evolve over the next several days. So here is our rain band that we just took a radar tour of the pretty much the southeastern United States. This frontal system gets off the eastern seaboard by late Saturday morning, early Saturday afternoon, and then high pressure takes over. Sunday, especially across North and South, maybe the upstate of South Carolina, but especially parts of North Carolina, is going to be rather weird because Saturday is going to be nice, but then Sunday will be cooler as a cold air damming event sets up for parts of the southeast. But that is very, very quick. Monday, we are back into the warming trend, and it's going to be really nice next week until the next system develops in the Mid-South. And this is going to be, for the Carolinas at least, a warm system. And some pretty good precipitation will be fall across parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, and maybe the Carolinas over the next several days, getting into late next week. So this is Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. And it's just going to keep raining. Now, this is according to the GFS, but some of the ensembles do have some heavier precipitation anomalies somewhere across the southeastern United States. Some models have it a little bit further north across the Ohio River Valley. Some of them have a little bit further south, extending across Alabama, Georgia, South and North Carolina into Virginia. This is something we'd have to watch, but certainly some rain getting into later next week and starting off the weekend looks to be pretty nice. Now, as far as your temperatures go over the next 5 days, this is the European Ensemble Prediction System. Mean 2-meter temperature analyzed or averaged over 5-day period from today, the 31st of January, through the 5th of February, expect some pretty warm temperatures, especially across the southern plains, parts of the southern plains, mid-Mississippi River Valley, and the Ohio River Valley and the southeastern United States. Between the 5th of February and the 10th of February, this warmer air gets pushed to the south and east, and some very warm temperatures for this time of year is expected across the southeastern United States. This gets subdued a little bit, getting into the second week of February, between the 9th and the 14th. Expect some still warmer than average, but not as warm that it has been over the previous 5-day period. Meanwhile, some very cold air starts to infiltrate the northern plains. And again, when we have like cold air versus warm air, some very unsettled weather could be occurring between those two air masses. And this is what the GFS also depicted getting into later next week. But this looks like a more of a long-term scenario getting into the second week of February. So it might be rather wet. So that'll do it for this particular short video. It's, if you're out on the town in Charlotte area, expect some wet roads, a wet commute. So you guys be careful out there. And if you're traveling anywhere where there's wet roads, just be safe. And I will see you guys in the next video.